My abusive ex refused to stop eating me, so I eat the rat with our unborn baby and went full ghost. Now, 2 years later, I think has found where he work, and he wants to resume the heating. I 27 Pfeffer ran from my abusive ex when I was 4 months pregnant. He moved to a different state, legally changed my name, and didn't name my child the name we had agreed on. I didn't know my social security number or my ID number. The only way I could track me down was by my name, but that was long gone. I had to sing into domestic silence faven shelters to get me own place and find a hob. I built a great life afore man my child. I had been planning to run from him for a little over a year because it felt like my only way out. I would always find man drag me back. And mad that same like if he did not take my depression meds, I would act out and try to harm myself. The police ended up believing him and became of no help. They brush off all 4 of my domestic violence calls as simply disagreements. I had saved up just a little over DNK in a bank account my mom had set up to help me get away and come to her, so I wouldn't find out how much money I really had. My dad helped it mostly by contributing much more than I could. I would get suspicious and ask where all my money was going, and he would pass it off as bills. In me new town, I met very few people aware of my situation, us those what could help if something were to happen. This past 2 months, I've been watched by someone unknown. He's always wearing a baseball cap and sunglasses, but he could swear on me life if that's my ex. He bended up leaving work a few times to panic attacks after saying the G. He never interacts with me, only with my co-workers. He waits until he had him out of earshot to place an order and give his different names each time. My co-workers have found it strange because he comes in almost every other week for a week straight, using different names. After this, he went to the police station to speak to one of the people I've made friends with, who was aware of my situation. Aside, I would have patrol officers drive by my house and keep a lookout. I'd have never seen him around my house or driving by it. He started receiving letters in the mail, which he believe are from him. No one assigns them with a name, and the envelope only has my old name and my new address. The letters consist of messages saying, "I love you and I miss you," but they never detail who is writing them. He took them to the police station to show my friend there. He told me should find another place to stay for a while and file for a restraining order. He made a fake account and messaged one of my old friends. They say they were glad to hear from me that they were happy I'm okay, and that he's been trying to report us as missing, which I already knew. They also say that he's still working his Jold Hob, but he goes on week-long trips and nobody knows where he is going. What's keeping us from becoming a missing persons case is my mom. The police contacted her, and she told them everything. She showed them proof that I am, in fact, alive and doing well. She explained why he ran but refused to disclose my location. They eventually contacted me to confirm my mom's story. After all this team, the police finally believed me. They asked if he wanted to come back to file a charges or a restraining order. He told them no, that I want to stay where I am and keep as far away from him as possible. Yesterday, Imi said me mailman, and he left asleep indicating he need to sign for a letter. He haven't ordered or requested anything that would require a signature. He dim not on any government benefits or involved in any court cases. He reactivated the fake Facebook account and messaged my old friend again. She said she hasn't heard anything but would ask around. He kept the account active, and she messaged me early this morning. She told me there is some talk that he knows where I am and is thinking about going to court to take custody. He asked if he would receive something like that via mail and if I'd have to sign for it. She said she wasn't sure and advised me to ask the post office. He left the letter at the post office all day yesterday instead of calling or picking it up. He don't think I want to retrieve it. He don't want to face the possibility that he has found me. I don't want to go back to that town. I don't want to go back to my old life. I don't want to relive the nightmare I finally escaped. I don't know what to do at this point. Eddie. I just want to start by saying thank you for all the kind words and advice you have given me. After he made this post, he went to work. When he arrived, they told me Aggie had come in looking for me, and they described my ex. They kept telling him he don't their work there, and if he comes back, they'll have him arrested because apparently he threw a big fit when they said I don't work there. He was given permission to leave to seek legal help. He went to my friend, who's a cop, and he connected me with a few lawyers. He spoke to one, and he is taking my case. He filed charges for stalking, harassment, and domestic violence against him, and he also filed for a civil protection order. They sweat our rant, and the cops are searching the area to find him. They have his picture and name, and that they are not going to stop until he had us in custody. He sat and cried because this has been my life for the past almost 5 years since he ran, has been trying to ruin where I live. They ruling in favor of a mother in domestic violence cases. Apparently, since he left, it was with someone else who filed domestic violence charges against him, but the case was dropped. Eddie, me lawyer made it clear that me child and he are in very real danger. He has advised me to get a gun. And if even not comfortable with that, to get some form of a weapon. I'm going to apply for a license to carry and get a gun. Bolt bear spray, which is supposed to be stronger than peppered spray. He also helped me find a hotel to even until he's caught, and he currently taking paid vacation. He don't want to have to hide anymore, or always feel at risk of being found. Update 11 days later, Aries the long-awaited update. It was scout late that night, special early morning after running a stoplight on his way back home. It was processed inside in his cell, waiting to appear in front of the judge for his domestic violence warrant, which was scheduled for that following Thursday. When he was arrested and processed, they served him the safety ordering processing. He obviously got a call and contacted his dad. His dad told him he didn't raise a woman beater and refused to bail him out. They also discovered he had another warrant he swed a few days prior from back home. Apparently, the girl he was with left him while he was away and pressed domestic violence charges against him as well. I'm not sure how they'll handle the situation now that he has charges in two different places or how that will work. He appeared in front of the judge on Thursday, and they held him on a $100,000 meal bond because they considered him dangerous and an extreme flight risk. He stayed in jail until the following Tuesday, when he was released to the other police department after they were notified. He's currently up there waiting for his bond to be set. They say it is unlikely he'll get one and he'll likely stay there. It was mad to serve a 30 days in jail on his warrant from back home. The police side it probably won't released before both trials, given the circumstances and the fact that he is considered extremely dangerous and a flight risk. They are doing their best to keep him in jail until his convictions in both cases. There is now a CPO issued against him in both places. He requested that me name be redacted from everything in case the story reaches the media. He have purchased a gun, bear spray, and other forms of protection. We have moved and are still in contact with a copy them friends with. For the first team in a long teamy, he finally feel free like he can live without fear. Sorry for making you wait for an update. Second update, 2 weeks later, he heard today that they have witnesses to his abuse who can testify to the other girl this experience. Since this came to light, he has changed his plea to guilty in both cases. There won't be a trial for either case, just a court date for sentencing. He believed he knew it was doing when witnesses were mentioned. He's gotten sloppy with his abuse over the last few years. He ope ruts. Third update, see the months later. Long team, no say. After the sentencing, me baby and I finally felt relieved. We decided to go out and rally live for the first team in a long while. We went down to Florida and visited as many beaches as we could find. We met a Belaline for Disney World, and he would have spent every penny on this planet because, for the first time, we felt like we're truly living life. From there, we made our way up to Nashville, where he shared my love for country music with her. After Nashville, we headed back to my hometown. It was a lot to process. So once we arrived, we started therapy. It is a long road to healing, and we decided to settle here for a little while so she can get to know her amazing grandpa on his dad's seat. Me parents are flying in soon, and we are planning to attend family therapy together. I do plan to go back to my home eventually, but for now. He fell a pull to a hail in the place where he got lost and broken. It feels like I need to gather myself here and find a way to let go of my past in this place. I don't think he can fully move on unless he do. I am also thankful that he didn't affect our child too much. He don't think she fully understood what was happening. Going forward, if he posts any more updates, he won't give many details to protect our identities. I've decided to go back to school and work in social services so I can help women who were in the same shows I once was. I'll wait until I am in a healthier mindset and better mental state before starting. I just wanted to give this final life update because I am so proud of myself, the life we were now living and pushing through for.